What's going on, Canes fans? We are back with another RNG recruit interview session. This time with us, we have got 2026 running back / athlete Javian Mallory out of West Boca Raton High School here in Florida. What's up, Javian? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Thanks for taking the time to jump on here and, let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I always like to start off with, what's your current height and weight?
I'm 6', 200 right now.
Okay. Have you had any speed times done lately?
At the Under Armour All-American camp, I ran a 4.6 laser.
Okay, not bad. Is there anything that you work on as far as foot quickness for drills? Because I noticed that you've got quick feet for a guy that's actually got some power for some strong legs. You've got quick feet. You can jump in and out and move pretty quick. So, what training allows you to do that?
To be honest, nothing really. I think it's a natural talent. I do go to speed training though down here in South Florida, but quickness, I really don't do anything for that.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes that's just given. It's nice when it's just God bless, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this off season for you, what's been the focus? Is it in the weight room? Is it something technically on the field you want to get better at? What's been the focus for you to get better at so you can raise your game to a higher level?
Staying healthy, being able to play every game, throughout the season, being able to play all 4 quarters without coming out with little injuries like a sprained ankle or stuff like that. So really just in the weight room, working the little muscles, trying to stay healthy.
Hey, man, it makes a lot of sense. The best ability is availability, they say. You got to be able to be on that field if you want to get things done. Do you work with any trainers?
Right now, I work with my uncle. He's my running back coach, Richard Alexis. Okay. He played college football at the University of Washington, and he played in the league for a couple years.
I'm familiar with that name. I'm actually born and raised in Seattle, so
yeah,
I'm a little familiar with that name. That kind of tripped me out there. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, honestly, that
kind of tripped me out, man. That's cool though. That's great. You got somebody who has already been through the process and stuff and knows, what it takes through that college grind. You know what I'm saying? It's always valuable to get the kind of the mentors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's been the weight room focus for you? What have you been trying? Anywhere? I know your legs are already strong. You drive through tackles. I mean, you mow guys over if you want to. Is it core, legs? What have you really been focusing on?
Mainly my core and upper body, trying to get, my upper body as strong as my lower body, trying to balance it out.
I feel you. Yeah. Good man. I watched you. If anybody tried to get around your waist or your legs, they were ghost. I mean, it ain't gonna work, man. They gotta try something different.
Yes, sir.
How did this last season go for you and your team?
It went well. Coming in as the 8th grader, coming as the 9th grader to West Boca, they went 1-9 for like the past couple of years. So I knew it was gonna be a challenge coming in trying to change the culture. We went 6-4 this year, but unfortunately I had an injury that stopped my season week 6. So after that, we kind of went downhill, but now we're trying to, get back on track to become 9-1, 10-0 next season.
Okay. Who is your guys' biggest rival high school?
I would say at West Boca, probably Spanish River. They're not that good though. So we're trying to. Our new head coach, Coach Potts, he said they're not a rival no more. We're trying to build a rivalry with a better and bigger school.
Okay, so you guys are trying to get a fresh rivalry, something different started.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are on the hunt for that.
Yeah.
Last season, what do you feel was possibly, in the games that you did play? Of course, it's a bummer that you got hurt. I'm sorry to hear that. What was the toughest battle you guys faced? You think, toughest team?
Toughest team was probably Coconut Creek. We were young, very young. We out of our 11 starters on offense, I think 6 of them were freshmen. So we were just mentally young, physically young, and going into that game, Creek was just built and they was better. They had better athletes than us. They out-athleted us, and But next year, best believe we coming for them.
Yep. What traits and this just in your mind, what traits make an elite running back? Mentally and physically. What does it take to be one of the best running backs on the field at all times?
Being a 4-down back for sure.
Yes.
Being able to stay on the field, vision, being able to read defenses as a running back is, not many running backs can do that in the country, and I feel like that's where I set my self apart. Is I'm able to read the defense just like a quarterback.
Yeah.
Always making sure the first man never tackles you. If the first man always tackles you, I mean, you're not really doing anything. That's really it. Being able to catch the ball, especially in this day and age in the NFL, you
Yeah.
see more teams using a running back out the backfield, at slot. And I feel like if you're able to do that, you'll be a pretty good back in this day and age.
I noticed in your film that they got you lining up a couple times out there, getting a little more experience, playing that more of that spread offense style, as a running back. So I'm glad that they're giving you that experience while you're young,
Yeah.
that's valuable snaps right there whenever you get a chance to do it.
Yeah.
What do you feel your current strengths are? What do you feel you do best? Like we talked about, you drive through tackles and stuff, but is that your best right now, or what is it that you feel?
I'll say that getting north and south.
Yeah,
I'm not really a east and west type of runner. You get me the ball, I'm gonna get you 3 yards guaranteed. And I feel like that's probably my best trait.
Yeah, I noticed you don't go left and right very often, bro, unless you got to stop and bounce, which is very impressive. I've watched a couple of those just stop and bounce to the outside for a guy with the power like you got. That ain't easy to do, man. I mean, that's impressive, man. I can tell you've been working on your footwork. How do you feel as a pass blocker? Running backs got to take that role on. How do you feel as a pass blocker?
I feel pretty confident. My first position was actually O-line, so I still have some of that in me. Yeah, and my cousin actually the quarterback, so
you looking out for
him. Me not wanting him to get hit also plays a big factor to it. Blocking. Yes, sir.
You're looking out for your family there, yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing running back?
I'll say for about 6 years.
Okay. So it's not like
I'll say 6, 7 years.
Okay. Do you play any other sports?
I run track and I play basketball.
Okay. What do you perform? What do you do in track?
I didn't run any meets this year, but during practice I was running the 100, 200, 4x1.
It's just great to have that just even as practice, just for stamina,
Yeah.
In practice, what would you say your favorite drill is?
Team run. Yeah, getting the ball every play, knowing that the offense is counting on me, to make some plays every play is, I really like that.
Yeah, I can see why, yeah. Let's do a 180 on that. What's the toughest drill you got to go through?
At the end of practice, probably conditioner.
Yeah, when you're already broken down.
Yeah, them 110s get to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to get you at the end hard, bro. Here's something I want you to do here, Javian. Describe your game to somebody who has never seen your film. Just tell them what they're going to see when they turn your film on.
You're going to see I'm a physical runner. I have elite vision, one of the best in the country. I could catch the ball out the backfield and out the receiver spot. I'm a good blocker even when I'm not getting the ball. I'm just a complete package.
I've noticed that, man, especially with you starting to get more and more involved in the pass game. It's fantastic. And you've got, like as you mentioned, I saw the vision. When you get the ball in your hand off those dump offs and stuff, it's not that you're just running around blind, dude. You've got an idea. You follow those blocks, you find those holes, and you get extra yards.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite players, guys that you like to look up to, maybe steal a little bit of their game to add to your game,
Dalvin Cook for sure, and I would probably say Cam Akers.
Let's talk about game week film study here versus your opponents. We're talking about the defensive line here. What do you try to identify early to take advantage of?
Well, for one time, I try to see if they're well conditioned.
Yeah.
because playing against our offense, you're gonna have to be able to tackle me for 4 quarters straight,
Yeah.
and just seeing if those D linemen are coming in and out of the game because they're tired, if they get lazy easy, it's just the little things separate you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, being a 2026 player, you haven't had a chance to fully embrace recruiting yet, but how has it gone so far? Are you
It's
enjoying
been
it?
Yeah, it's been fun. Just being able to call up these different college coaches and them picking up and us having small conversations here and there. I really enjoyed it.
What's it been like with you in Miami? What's the vibe been like between you guys?
I've been to Miami like twice now,
Yeah.
two spring practices, and I feel like as I get older, the connection's gonna get there, the relationship's gonna start to build. Especially with Coach Tim Harris, the running back coach.
Yeah.
He offered me back when he was at UCF, so me and him really already had some type of relationship. But now that he's down even closer down in Miami, I feel like we can get very close.
I'm glad to hear you got a great relationship with Tim Harris. That's awesome, man. So, what was it like for you when you got that offer from Miami? Were you surprised?
I won't say I was surprised. I knew it was going to come eventually, but
Yeah.
actually the night before, the assistant running back coach followed me on Instagram, and
Uh-huh.
then my coach called me and said that they were coming to the school. So I was like, okay, I probably can get an offer.
Right on, man. Who gave you the offer? Do you remember?
Coach Tim Harris.
Coach Tim Harris was the one that gave you. All right,
Yeah.
man. That just shows. I mean, you guys really have a connection getting built there. That's awesome. I'm glad that the head of the RB department came there to give that to you. That's fantastic, man. It also shows the type of love they got for you and your game. When they're sending their
Mhm.
top dog there to make sure that you see him and get to know him, and that they're dead serious about that offer.
Yes, sir.
With Cristobal, head coach, being an offensive line coach himself, and you being a running back, and how vital it is to have a good offensive line in front of you. How much of a factor is that in your mind? You've got years to think about stuff, but as you're thinking about college stuff and things that, are factors, is that something that's kind of like, hey, man, that sounds good?
Yeah, of course. Every running back's dream is to have a great O line. So I know just knowing that Coach Cristobal down there working with them every day, you know, getting that good work in, it's definitely gonna play a factor.
You got any other schools showing you love?
That Ohio State, yeah, they've been showing me a lot of love coming down to the school, just talking to me, trying to
Wow.
build a relationship.
Wow. That's big, bro. Big.
Yeah, Penn State, they already offered me, but me and Coach Sider, we have a nice relationship. I would say. Florida
Man.
State's they've been in the mix lately.
Oh, Florida State getting in the mix, our rival, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you.
yeah. Alabama and Georgia been to the school once or twice. Try to talk to me.
Okay, man, you are you're starting to get attention here, man. You're really starting to pick it up. So when you're thinking about all this stuff and these colleges are getting in contact with you, you're a young recruit and stuff. What are the factors in your mind as you go forward in high school, that are truly important to you in picking a college? Relationships with the staff, development. What's on your mind already as a young recruit?
Just knowing that the staff has their best interest at heart for me. Just not wanting me to go to the school just because of my name or the stars or the offers I have, but knowing that they're going to develop me into an NFL back one.
Cristobal recently said that, yeah, he wants young players to get to Miami. He wants them to, pretty much work hard, earn snaps, and get those snaps on the field, get playing time, and earn that. Is that something that's appealing to you as well? And when you're thinking about the factors of future colleges you might attend.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to try to get to college and start as a true freshman. I
Yeah.
don't I don't I don't plan on redshirting once I get to college. I'm trying to fight for a starting spot right off rip.
Well, man, you got that physical power kind of already, So you building your upper body to match it, man. I mean that's kind of what gives you a chance to possibly be able to do that.
Yes, sir.
When you mentioned that you had visited, when was the last time you visited Miami?
Uh, I don't remember. It
It's been
was it was one of the it was one of their spring practices. I remember it
okay.
was one of their spring practices.
You haven't had a chance to really like walk around campus or anything yet,
No,
or
not yet, not really.
not yet? Okay,
Just practice facility.
gotcha. What do you think of the practice facility?
It was dope. It was very nice. Very new. You
Yeah,
know, big, spacious. I like it a lot.
yeah, they've added a lot of stuff to it, and they're gonna keep adding stuff to it, man. They're gonna
Yeah.
keep.
Oh yeah. They told me they're gonna add one right across the street.
Yep, yeah, they're just gonna keep growing and growing, man. It's awesome. So being young, but also being a player who is an impact player on your high school team already. How do you show leadership as a running back? Is it vocal? Is it with your actions? As a young player, how do you show that as a young player?
It's kind of both. You just have to know like what type of teammates you have
Yep.
and how they receive coaching. Every teammate receives coaching differently. So just being able to build a relationship with your teammates and knowing how they would rather be led is a big deal. Some teammates are gonna have to get in their butts, but some, you got to show them, this is what you got to do to be great.
Hey man, that's pretty wise from a young recruit right there, bro. I give you props for that.
Thank you.
So, what's the goals for this upcoming season for you and your team? Of course, everybody wants to win the biggest, the best, and win the title. But ultimately, what is the goal that you guys truly have this upcoming season?
Realistically, because we're such a young team, our team is
Yes.
really
Yeah.
26s and 25.
Yeah.
Our main goal is to win districts. We win districts, we feel like we can have a good chance into making it to the state championship because of our high seeding.
Yeah. That's a great goal to have, man. I mean, at least strive for that part of it because like you said, as long as you hit that, you've
Mm,
got the ability to go even higher. And
yes,
that youth you guys got, that stamina, all that stuff that could play a role for you as well.
yeah.
This is a part during the interviews where I like to give a chance to the recruits to shout out, coaches, trainers, parents, anybody who has helped you on and off the field developing as a young man and as a football player. Go ahead and show them some love. Give them a shout out.
Definitely want to give a shout out to my parents, just being there every step of the way, making sure I'm staying humble during this whole process, making sure I'm also working, not being lazy because of the accomplishments I have now. I want to give out a good shout out to my coaches, for them also pushing me on the field and off the field, making sure I'm the best in the classroom and being a leader outside of the football field. Making sure my teammates aren't doing nothing stupid when they're off the field. I want to give a shout out to all my family members. They always check on me, asking me how I'm doing in the classroom, on the field. You know, just everybody who's been around so far.
Man, that's good. You got a good circle, bro. It's always important. I got 3 words for you, and I want to know what they mean to you. Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to you?
Uh, growing up down here in South Florida, I really wasn't a Miami Hurricane fan because all my family went to Florida State. I was a Florida State fan, but now during this recruiting process and realizing what Miami's doing down there, I feel like they can do something really big. And with Crystal Ball, saying that these young players coming in, being able to earn a spot, I feel like Miami's definitely could be a contender in my top 5.
Nice, man. Nice. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you. Go ahead and plug your social media accounts.
You can follow me on Instagram at offlimits.j3 and on Twitter, Mallory_JVN3.
Okay. I got one last question for you here, Javian, and I'll let you get on with your night here, man. It's the question that I ask every single recruit that I bring onto this show. Why do you love the game of football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and want to rise your game to a higher level every single week?
You know, a main goal of mine is to buy my family a house.
Yes, sir.
Seeing these NFL players being able to change their family lives is something I always wanted to do. And I just always had the love for the game in my heart. Just being able to wake up and just to play the game that you love is really really cool.
Hey, man, you got big dreams, bro, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't have those big dreams. You know what I'm saying? Keep those big dreams. That's going to keep you striving and
Yes, sir.
keep you hungry for those goals that you want. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yes, sir.
Javian, man, I truly appreciate you taking the time here to jump on, let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you. I definitely want to stay in touch with you so we can get you back on, here in the future. Let Canes fans know
Of
about your
course.
development, your recruitment, all that stuff. So we'll definitely stay in touch. But once again, man, just thank you for taking the time to jump on here tonight, man.
Of course, no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, Javian, you have a good night.
You too.
All right, guys, that was 2026 running back Javian Mallory out of West Boca Raton High School. Like we mentioned before during all this, he is a very, very physical runner. He's working on his upper body, which is only going to make him more of a dangerous runner. This is a guy to look out for. If he's got Ohio State sniffing around already, like he mentioned, Penn State is offered already. Miami's offered already. FSU sniffing around. This is a 2026 running back to keep an eye on. No doubt about it. Well, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight for another RNG recruit interview. And I always appreciate it. And of course, it's always about the you. Okay.